Hello, Formula One fans. Today, the F1 world is buzzing after Lewis Hamilton's statements on the incident at the UAS Grand Prix involving Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Hamilton, always outspoken, made it clear how he feels about Verstappen's tactics and took the chance to criticize the FIA for its inconsistent penalties. The seven-time world champion isn't willing to let this one slide, calling for a firmer, more consistent approach from the sport's governing body. There's a lot to unpack here and more. The incident between Verstappen and Norris has reignited an old debate. To what extent can the gray areas of the rulebook be exploited without consequences? McLaren wants the Stewards' decision on the incident revisited and has filed a formal request to overturn Norris's penalty. It's a strategic move that could shake things up ahead of the next race in Mexico. Formula One news is heating up, so don't waste any time. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest F1 stories. Just hit the subscribe button below the video. It's quick, free, and doesn't require an account. This is F1 Fastline News, your source for daily F1 news. Let's get straight to it. Last weekend, Circuit of the Americas was the scene of one of the season's most intense moments, and while Ferrari stole the spotlight with an impressive 1-2 finish, it was the battle between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen that had fans and drivers on edge. In the final stage of the race, Norris, determined to overtake Verstappen, chose the outside line in turn 12, but was forced off track to avoid a collision with the Dutch driver. This move made it clear that Verstappen, once again, used his defensive line in a way that, according to Hamilton, exploits the rulebook's gray areas. This isn't the first time it's happened, and in Hamilton's view, it won't be the last if nothing changes. Now, this wasn't just a case of hard racing. Verstappen crossed the white line during the maneuver, while Norris ended up passing outside the track limits, earning him a 5-second penalty and costing him the third-place finish. But was that really fair? That's what McLaren wants to discuss by formally requesting a review of the Stewards' decision. The team argues that the penalty was applied inconsistently, and Hamilton himself backs this view, pointing out what he describes as frequent fluctuations in the FIA's interpretation of the rules. What really stands out are Hamilton's comments. He didn't hold back, saying that Verstappen has always known how to navigate the gray areas, which has often allowed him to avoid penalties in similar incidents. Hamilton recalled his own experience with Verstappen, mentioning the 2021 São Paulo GP, where they both were involved in a similar scenario. Back then, Verstappen tried to overtake Hamilton on the inside, forcing the Brit off track to avoid a crash, leading to another controversial call from the stewards. Hamilton was clear in stating that the FIA should revisit its rules to prevent this kind of behavior from recurring. He raises an important question. Should a driver be allowed to enter a turn without making it, forcing their opponent off track? To him, this simply shouldn't be part of the game. He emphasized that in these scenarios, both drivers end up off track, but only one gets penalized. This rule, as he sees it, is making it too easy for those who know the rulebook's shortcuts, like Verstappen. Hamilton's critique didn't stop at Verstappen's conduct, though. The Mercedes driver used the opportunity to call out the FIA, questioning the inconsistency in race decisions. He suggested F1 should adopt a system like other sports, with permanent referees. Other sports have fixed referees, and it helps keep decisions uniform. It would be a great idea for Formula One, said Hamilton. It's a viewpoint that surely resonates with many fans, as the changing standards and rulings are a frequent complaint among drivers, teams, and fans alike. In the end, we're looking at a situation where the sport's leadership is under scrutiny, and the very definition of fair competition is up for debate. Hamilton isn't shy about pushing for changes and helping F1 evolve in its rules and procedures. After all, he's not just any driver, but one of the sport's all-time greats. So, will the FIA actually revisit its practices to reduce ambiguities? And how much longer will this hunt for gray areas continue to be exploited? With Mexico on the horizon and the rivalry between Verstappen, Norris, and Hamilton heating up, it seems like there's more at stake than just positions on the track. We're talking about the integrity of the races themselves and the need for a clearer code of conduct. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Here, we talk Formula One straight, with strong opinions and tons of info. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join this passionate fan community. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your fellow F1 fans. Let's grow this Formula One fan community together. See you next time, speeding towards victory.